Gentlemen, let's be real for a moment. In a world where women swipe left on your entire existence with just one motion of their thumb, the pressure is real. Many of you are out there searching for the secret formula, the one thing that will make women stop, pay attention, and never forget you. You chase the cars, the clothes, the status. But deep inside, you feel it, don't you? That emptiness. That haunting voice whispering, "You're not enough." But let me tell you something raw and unapologetic today. Women don't joke with a man who knows how to position himself. Not just in the bedroom, but in life. There are only two positions that truly matter, and every woman who has experienced them will tell you. These are unforgettable. This isn't about lust alone. It's about dominance, about presence, about the kind of emotional intimacy that makes her feel like she can collapse in your arms and never worry about the world outside. These positions are deeper than body. They are about the soul. So, if you're tired of being overlooked, tired of meaningless encounters, and ready to step into the shoes of a man who leaves a mark on a woman's mind, heart, and body, then listen closely. Because what I'm about to share will change the way you see intimacy forever. Listen to me carefully. Gentleman leadership is not about having the loudest voice in the room, nor is it about controlling everything around you. Leadership is about direction, knowing who you are, where you're going, and having the courage to take someone with you on that journey. Women don't joke with a man who leads, not because she is weak, not because she cannot lead herself, but because true leadership creates safety. And safety, my brother, is the most powerful form of attraction. Think about it. A woman can be beautiful, successful, independent, and intelligent. She can have her own money, her own car, her own dreams. But when she meets a man who knows how to take charge without arrogance, she exhales, because finally she can let go of control. Finally, she doesn't have to overthink, doesn't have to plan every move, doesn't have to carry the weight alone. That's what leadership is. It's not dominance for dominance's sake. It's responsibility. It's you saying, "I've got this. I've got us." Leadership means you know how to make decisions. It means you don't freeze when life throws challenges at you. It means you take initiative, whether it's planning a date, guiding her through her fears, or building a vision bigger than both of you. But here's the truth: you cannot lead her if you cannot first lead yourself. If your life has no direction, if your days are wasted on distractions, if you are tossed around by every opinion, no woman will respect your leadership. She may enjoy your company for a while, but she will not anchor herself to you. Because deep down, women know a man without direction is a storm waiting to sink the ship. So ask yourself, what does your map look like? Where are you going? Do you have goals beyond impressing women? Do you wake up with clarity and purpose? Because once you step into your own vision, leadership becomes natural. You don't force it. You don't beg her to follow. She chooses to because she sees the man who knows the way, and every fiber in her body whispers, "That's a man I can trust." And trust, gentlemen, is the first position no woman jokes with. There's something magnetic about presence. I'm not talking about just showing up physically. Anybody can sit across a table, stare at a phone, nod, and pretend to be there. That's not presence. Presence is when a man gives his full attention, his undivided focus, to the person in front of him. And let me tell you, women do not joke with this position. Why? Because presence communicates value. When you are fully engaged with her, when your eyes meet hers, when your body language says, "You matter right now, and nothing else exists," she feels chosen. And every woman wants to feel chosen. Think about how rare presence has become. We live in a distracted world. Notifications buzzing, endless, scrolling, people half listening while their minds are miles away. That's why presence is powerful. It's rare. It's a gift you give that cannot be faked. When a woman experiences true presence, her guard drops. She feels safe to express herself without fear of judgment. She feels seen, not just looked at. She feels heard, not just tolerated. In that moment, she connects to you at a level most men will never reach. Gentlemen, presence is not silence. It's active engagement. It's listening with intent, asking questions that show you care, responding with empathy. It's noticing the little things. The change in her tone, the flicker in her eyes, the way she fidgets when something is on her mind. That awareness tells her, Hez paying attention. And let me be real with you, women can sense when you're half there. They know when your mind is drifting, when your eyes glaze over, when your energy is split. Nothing breaks trust faster than a man who makes her feel invisible while he's right there in the room. Presence is also powerful in intimacy. It's not about speed or performance. It's about slowing down enough to notice what she responds to create rhythm, to tune into her body and her emotions. That is presence, and that is unforgettable. So here's the truth: you don't need fancy words, expensive gifts, or endless effort to win a woman's heart. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is be fully there. Because presence whispers louder than 1,000 rehearsed lines. Right now, you are all that matters. And trust me, gentlemen, no woman jokes with that. Gentlemen, let's be honest. Most of us were raised to believe that showing emotions makes us weak. Society tells men, don't cry, don't complain, don't show fear. And so we armor up, we build walls. We carry our pain in silence. But here's the paradox: the very thing we were taught to hide is the very thing that makes us unforgettable to the right woman. Vulnerability is not weakness. Vulnerability is courage in its purest form. It's looking at someone and saying, this is me, scars, flaws, insecurities, and all. I'm not afraid to let you see it. That kind of openness is rare, and no woman jokes with a man who has the strength to be real. You see, when a man shows only perfection, he feels distant. He becomes untouchable like a polished statue. Impressive? Maybe. Relatable? No. But when you allow her to see the cracks in your armor, the struggles, the fears, the moments where life knocked you down, but you chose to rise again, she connects to you. Because she sees the human behind the image. And here's what's powerful: vulnerability creates trust. When you reveal your truth without shame, you silently invite her to do the same. Suddenly, she feels safe to share her own fears, her own scars, her own dreams she's too afraid to voice. And that's when intimacy deepens. Not just physical intimacy, but emotional intimacy, the kind that binds two souls together. But hear me clearly. Vulnerability is not dumping all your problems on her, nor is it living in weakness. It is balance. It's strength combined with authenticity. It's saying, I've been hurt, but I'm still standing. I've failed, but I'm still moving forward. That is the kind of vulnerability women respect. Because a man who hides everything is a mystery, but not the good kind. He becomes closed off, hard to reach, and eventually easy to walk away from. But a man who opens up just enough to be human, that man is unforgettable. So remember this: leadership shows her where you're going. Presence makes her feel chosen. But vulnerability? Vulnerability makes her feel connected. And once a woman feels deeply connected to you, she will never joke with you. Passion. The very word carries heat. But passion, gentlemen, is not just about lust or wild intensity in the bedroom. True passion is deeper. It is energy, fire, and intention channeled toward a person, a goal, a vision. And trust me, no woman jokes with a man who moves with passion. Here's the truth: most men mistake passion for performance. They think it's about doing the most, moving the fastest, or trying to impress with flashy actions. But passion isn't about noise. It's about depth. It's about being so present, so intentional, that everything you do feels purposeful. When a man is passionate about his life, his career, his craft, his dreams, women feel it before he even touches them. There's a spark in his eyes, a conviction in his voice, a rhythm in his steps. That kind of man doesn't need to chase validation because his very existence radiates purpose. And that's magnetic. Now bring that same passion into intimacy. Passion is not about rushing. It's not about showing off techniques you read in some article. It's about tuning in to her body, to her breathing, to her soul. It's about slowing down enough to create anticipation, yet moving with enough intensity to keep her engaged. Passion is rhythm. It's fire with control. But here's where many men miss it: passion must come with meaning. If your passion is only physical, it fades. But if your passion is backed by genuine care, if she feels that you want her, not just her body, then passion transforms from something temporary into something unforgettable. Women can tell when passion is fake. They know when you're going through the motions versus when you're truly lost in the moment with them. And when she feels that every ounce of your attention, energy, and desire is locked on her, she surrenders. Because passion makes her feel alive. And let me tell you, this passion is not something you switch on only in romance. It must spill into your entire life. When you live passionately, you love passionately. And a man who loves with passion is a man no woman jokes with. Gentlemen, let me be real with you. In today's world, everything is fast. Fast food, fast money schemes, fast entertainment. We've been conditioned to believe that speed equals success. But when it comes to relationships, intimacy, and emotional connection, speed kills. The most powerful men, the ones women never forget, understand the value of patience. Patience is not weakness. Patience is discipline. It's strength under control. It's the ability to say, I don't need to rush this because what I want is worth waiting for. And let me tell you, no woman jokes with a man who knows how to wait. Think about it. Most men rush everything, from conversations to dates to intimacy. They're so desperate to get to the end goal that they miss the beauty of the process. But women feel it. She knows when you're rushing. She knows when you're impatient. And impatience screams insecurity. It tells her you don't believe you can hold her attention long enough to take your time. Now picture the opposite, a man who is calm, a man who listens without interrupting. A man who doesn't demand instant answers, instant affection, or instant intimacy. Instead, he moves with grace. He allows her to open up at her own pace. He creates space for her to feel safe. That man communicates one thing louder than words: I respect you. And respect builds desire. Because when a woman feels respected, she relaxes. She stops overthinking. She starts to trust. And in that trust, attraction deepens. Patience is also powerful in intimacy. Any man can rush, but it takes mastery to slow down, to notice her breathing, to build anticipation, to let desire grow until it consumes the both of you. Patience turns ordinary moments into unforgettable memories. It transforms a fleeting encounter into a lasting experience. But here's the deeper truth: patience isn't just for women. It's for you. Patience teaches you self-control. It keeps you grounded in a world of distractions. It makes you deliberate in your actions instead of reckless. So, remember this: impatience might get you quick results, but it will never earn you lasting respect. Patience, on the other hand, builds trust, desire, and legacy. And that, gentlemen, is why patience is a position no woman jokes with. Gentlemen, listen closely. The greatest position a man can hold is not in the bedroom, not in society, and not even in the eyes of a woman. The greatest position is legacy. Because when all is said and done, what will remain of you? What will echo when you are no longer in the room? What will people, and more importantly, the woman in your life, remember about you? Legacy is not about money alone. It's not about the car you drive or the house you show off. Those things fade, and someone else can always buy better. Legacy is about the mark you leave behind. It's about the lives you touch, the impact you create, the mission you dedicate yourself to. Women don't joke with a man of legacy. Why? Because legacy means stability. It means vision. It means he's not living just for the next thrill or the next conquest. He's building something bigger than himself. And when a man builds something bigger, a woman feels safe aligning with him. She knows that being by his side isn't just about today, it's about tomorrow, next year, the future. Now let's be real, too many men chase pleasure but ignore purpose. They move from one distraction to the next, hoping happiness will come from the outside. But happiness doesn't come from what you consume, it comes from what you create, and legacy is creation. Legacy is contribution. Legacy is saying, I was here, and I mattered. This doesn't mean you need to be famous. Legacy can be as grand as starting a movement, or as simple as being the father who raised his children with love, discipline, and wisdom. It can be the business you built, the people you mentored, or the values you lived so strongly that everyone around you was inspired to do better. And here's the truth: when a woman sees a man living with legacy, she respects him differently. She looks at him not as someone temporary, but as someone permanent. Not as a boy who plays, but as a man who builds. And that, gentlemen, is irresistible. So ask yourself, what will your legacy be? Because at the end of the day, leadership shows her direction, presence makes her feel chosen, vulnerability builds trust, passion creates fire, patience builds respect, but legacy makes you unforgettable. And no woman jokes with a man who is unforgettable.